Hey guys, welcome back to No One's Land. This is Graybeard Gaming. Glad to see you guys. So, last time we spent some time improving our yard and buying some equipment. This time, we're going to keep doing that, and we may even get into a little bit of grass cutting, because that'll be our first thing. I want to start thinking about field placement and things like that as well. But let's go ahead and start with, we need a house. We have $172,000 left. That means we've got to figure out where we want to live. Want something, but nothing too ridiculously expensive. And actually, the place I want to put it is kind of in here in this little tree opening. Now, this one here, I've used this numerous times, and it is one of my absolute favorite houses. I'm just trying to see if it would fit in here. It would. So this one would fit. Like I said, one of my favorites. I've used it numerous times. It's So this is supposed to have a house. I've never seen this house. I don't intend on keeping it, but it would be kind of interesting. It has a house in it? Where's the house? Is the house on the third story? Looks like the house is the second story. Interesting. Never used that one. Might be interesting to do it. It's a big chunk of money though, but you know what? I want this to be a one and done thing. I don't want to be moving my house around. If I were to do that one, I don't think it could fit in that space. I think it would have to go if I can find it again. I think it would have to go up over here in order to fit it in. My only concern is that it's just so much, it's so different, I think I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna place it in the back here, but I wanna kind of square it up to the yard. Something like that. Alright, let's just kind of put it back here a little bit. So I want to be able to have room to get in and out. Alright, let's take a look. Now that we have a barn. Oh yeah, this looks good. I like that. It's got ample storage for buildings. I don't think I'll need another shed actually. And then we climb up here and we have a little foyer, which is kind of neat. We go in this door. Oh yeah, we got, well, that's different. I mean, we have a closet there. We have a bed there. Oh yeah, we got our bathroom, we got our bed. This is, oh, look at that. You guys, this is actually really kind of cool. I'm glad I got this one. All right. Let's it's kind of weird though that that opens that shade, which is on the outside of the window. I don't know how you access it. And it's a little weird that it opens up and blocks some of the light. But that's fine. We don't need it to worry about it. Then we got our closet over here. We got a little bit of fruit on the table. I mean, that's pretty cool, guys. I'm digging this. All right. I think. Oh yeah, look at that. And then we actually can go. That's neat. best news of the day is we finally finished plowing our first field up, and let's take a quick look at it, or disking it up, I guess I should say. So I actually added a road to like a dirt track on the other side of it, but it's going to run here all the way to the end there. And this thing is massive, you guys. If you look at our land mass, we have 106.5 acres. This probably takes up, I would say, 20 acres of that. And then we also went ahead and we purchased obviously we've purchased a couple of things. We've got ourselves a sprayer, a wagon, and we went and sold back our, I was really mad when I went off camera about the whole not getting the grass. So I went ahead and I sold the other one back, got the Batwing, which is what I wanted in the first place. And then we went ahead and we purchased the Lizard tractor and John Deere seeder. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to get this started into grass. Now, I'm going to actually hire a person, and they're going to start with hedgerows. And we're just going to do 5 meters. That way we know we might have a little bit of an overlap. But that's fine. That's what I want so that I don't miss anything. And I'm going to do 4 hedgerows. I'm just going to go ahead and get this guy right here. I'm going to start with the hedgerows. We're not skipping lines. And we're just going to do automatic work direction. Alright, let's see how we do. Now I'm assuming I'm going to have to also get a bit of more fertilizer. I should have enough grass. Fertilizer is going to be my big issue. And I went with this Lizard tractor just because it was cheap. It has over 100 horsepower, so it should be able to do most basic jobs. And if I want to, I can add a front loader to it. But it seems to be doing all right with this. It might struggle on this up-down or this uphill portion, but that's fine. It doesn't have to be, doesn't have to do the greatest job. It just has to do the job and keep our other tractor free to be used on other things. Alright, oh, here's the turd. If anybody's missing that shiny turd, here he is again. Woo! Actually, the brown does look good, but it does look like big turd. Alright, so we have our field there. Now I'm going to go ahead and figure out where I want my next field. I also made this track a little extra wide. That way if I have any need, any reason to deal with extra stuff, I've got the added space. So next thing I'm going to do is figure out where I want my, I'm going to do a canola field here. It's not going to be a huge field though, so bear that in mind. So yeah, our thing goes in between the trees here, and I did not pair it up with this. I should. And does this go? Yeah. Alright, so let's go ahead and finish off this roadway. Then we're going to go ahead and I want to asphalt up to here. Alright, Perfect. Not really certain what's going on there. Ah. Yeah, I'm not going to make this go all the way back to our farm. I don't want that big of a field of canola. I want to get, multiple fields into this farm, and just getting one field planted this month on top of the grass is going to be a chore. So let's get after this and get it, fairly decent sized. And I don't know, maybe a third to half the distance of this first field. That seems like a good spot to turn. And we'll start to swing it back slowly. Yeah, something like that. I think this will be perfect size. The goal is to get this field all prepped and planted today, then we can sleep. The other thing is I want to go around that tree. I don't want to get rid of it. So instead of cutting back sharply to match that roadway, we're actually going to swing out around the tree, and then we will curve back in, cut up close a little bit there. Oh yeah, that's actually perfect. Now what I will do also is I'm just going to kind of take care of this section first. Excellent. Let's take a look at the size of this one. It's not updated yet. That's all right. We'll get there eventually. Now I'm going to want to put some animals, so I'm not going to use up the entire area around the farm. I'll probably put one more relatively decent sized field on this half, And then on the other side of those trees, that's where our dividing line is for our farm. That's where we're going to put more stuff. What kind of animals? I don't know, but they're going to eat hay and grass. Or grass, I guess. I'm kind of leaning towards doing Highland cows because I don't have them currently. I haven't tried them. And either sheep or goats. I have not yet decided. But I want to feed them cheaply. So grass animals seems like the best way to go. Let's see how we're doing on fertilizer. Well, we're doing all right. We've only made one trip around the field though, and we've used 30% of it. All right, let's keep going. Unfortunately, the map is not updating to show where the field is being created. Not sure why that is. But we are currently on our second trip around the field, and as you can see, the field is getting larger all the time. Closer and closer every trip around. We're almost down to 50% of our fertilizer for this field, which is actually quite significant. So I'm gonna have to keep an eye on that. Well, you guys have seen me do this. I think this is a good point to finish up this episode, and I'm gonna finish this off camera and get ready to do other stuff on this field and that field. One of the things I did was I looked for a new mod for the spreader. I just don't want to use that big honking Breedle. I mean, there's another one out there that's smaller. Holds about half of the lime and fertilizer, but I think it's a better option to pull up and down a field and put stuff down for lime and fertilizer. Much better option, at least, I think. So, thanks for watching. If you guys have suggestions, you're welcome to give them, but remember, this playthrough's for me. So please do not be offended on that. You guys have a great day. Don't eat the yellow snow, and just want to remind you guys, it is not lemon flavor. So you've been warned. Have a great day. It's Graybeard Gaming. See you next time.